Ah, shit. This episode of the BRG podcast has been brought to you by our patrons. Here at BRG, we'd like to thank those patrons who have subscribed and donated. It is because of generosity like yours that makes this show possible.
On tonight's episode of Inside the Gamer's Mind, we sit down with Linz from Not Quite Nerds and ask her the really tough questions. If I gave you an elephant, where would you hide it?
Shut up and sit down.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the second episode of Inside the Gaming Mind, and tonight I get the pleasure of actually sitting down with a acolyte of the BRG world, and we have a very low bar for acolytes just for you now, so don't think that's... Linz! Linz, how are you, sweetie?
Hello! I'm good.
That's a great thing, because when you're not in a good mood, we're all not in a good mood.
When am I ever not in a good mood? I'm the most pleasant person.
That is true.
You fuck.
She's always smiling. It's usually it's either a smile that's like, oh, or oh shit. So for those of you who don't know, Linz is actually she's one half of the I would say semi-retired, not quite nerds group, so to speak, with her cohort and brother, but she's also the mischievous leader of BRG. She's the person that holds down the fort and keeps us in line, which
tries. Yeah,
I mean, you know, things don't always work out for the best, but we give her like a cattle prod to use, and it seems to work out okay. Anyways, so tonight we're going to be going through and getting to know you, Linz, a little bit on the inside here. Now, for people who haven't seen the first episode, go back and watch it. It's worth it. But if you really, really want to just watch this one because it's Linz, then more power to you. What we're going to do here tonight, we're actually going to get to know Linz a little better. And we're going to do that by breaking into two parts here. The first part's going to get to know the entity that is Linz Online, the NQN Linz, if you will. And on the second half of the show, we're going to go ahead and try to... pull her out of her shell a little bit, get to know the real Linz a little more, which could be frightening,
terrifying,
or wonderful. I don't know which yet, so we'll find out. But of course, as is going to start being tradition here, we do like to have some a little bit of something to get the blood flowing. Which we're going to add actually something new from the last episode, which is people seem to like the rapid fire stuff. So I went ahead and added in an extra rapid fire. So we're going to go ahead and do the first rapid fire, which is going to be gaming. So we'll be right back. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and jump into this. Again, the first half is going to be all about the online entity. And I figure the best way to kick this off is with a new speed round we're going to do here. And I'm going to go ahead and give Linz 10 questions and as much time as she needs to answer them. And she will be setting the bar for everybody else who follows. So, Linz, no pressure. On the bright side, you will be absolutely first place no matter what. So there's that.
For now. Okay.
Now.
Well, all right.
You know, those kind of things. All right. So, after I finish asking the first question, I'll start the timer. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
All right. What is more sexy, plate mail bikini or chain mail loincloth?
Oh, plate mail bikini.
If you were stuck in the game world, what game world would it be?
Terra.
What's superior? What's superior in a first-person shooter, a mouse and keyboard or a controller?
Mouse and keyboard.
In a ass-kicking contest, Crash Bandicoot or Spyro the Dragon?
Crash.
What's more valuable, gold rings or gold coins?
Gold coins.
What's more appropriate? What's the most appropriate battle cry when charging your enemies?
Fuck!
Green silk robe or black flowing cloak?
Black flowing cloak.
Red team or blue team?
Red team.
In a galaxy far, far away or a time long, long ago?
Galaxy far, far away.
Teabag or shoot a full clip into the body?
Teabag.
Time! 1 minute, 4 seconds.
Okay.
Little stunner there, but you got it. It's okay.
Yeah. My battle cry might need some work.
I'm trying to imagine the how you're gonna motivate your troops going, fuck! All right, so 1 minute 4 seconds. That is the new standard for everybody to follow under. Then again, other people who follow along will have other random questions that may overlap or may not, and we'll see how well they do, just to keep things interesting. Now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the real questions. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the meat of things here when it comes to the online persona that is NQN Linz. So to start off with, I want to get to know the most important thing, which is where the name came from. So tell me a little about that. How'd you come up with that name?
Well, the NQN part of NQN Linz is, of course, for Not Quite Nerds, which Danny and I came up with together, sitting around thinking about what we would call our YouTube channel. And, we were very naive when we started, and we thought, oh, let's name ourselves something kind of geeky, because that'll be something that people relate to. We ended up deciding on Not Quite Nerds because we don't like Star Trek.
Okay.
So we almost qualify as full-on nerds, but not quite, because neither one of us watch Star Trek. So yeah, NQN, and then of course my name is Lindsay, and Linz is a nickname for that, so NQN Linz.
Pretty straightforward and easy. I think you're wrong about Star Trek, but beyond that, and I don't judge here. I'm just here to interview.
We could be wrong.
I let the masses judge for me. I'm sure they'll tell you you're wrong, but anyways. So what first got you into gaming? What pulled you in?
Oh, jeez. When I was a very, very, very small child, I had an older cousin who had a Sega. Not a Sega Genesis, just a Sega,
Okay.
Sega. Yeah. He kind of got me started. And then when we got a home computer back in the days of Windows 3.1, I am that old. I am. I played, the little games that were available on that, stuff like Dr. Quandary's Island and things like that. So I kind of grew up with it. And then took a long break when I was a teenager because I had so much more important things to do.
Dating,
going out.
Teenager.
Yeah, being a teenager, basically.
Damn reckless youth. Fair enough. Well, for the realm of gaming itself, what is the game that hooked you? What is the game that really kind of, okay, I am going to sit down in front of a computer and waste my life here because, by God, this is worth it?
Well, when I was a kid, it probably would have been Ren and Stimpy's big. I don't remember the name of the actual game, but I remember playing the Ren and Stimpy game just endlessly. And that final room where you have to get across and like flip off a switch or something, and I could never beat it. Took me weeks to do. Yeah. The second round, what probably pulled me back into it was Chrono Cross. I played the hell out of Chrono Cross. Played it as many different ways, as many different paths that I could take.
Nice.
Yeah. And then as an adult, Minecraft.
Of course, yeah. Minecraft, because Minecraft. Just out of curiosity, the first time you heard of Minecraft, what was your immediate response to it? This
is freaking stupid. I'm not going to play that.
Everybody! Yeah. Every single person I've ever seen.
Yeah.
This looks stupid.
Yeah, it was basically, I hadn't really, I hadn't played any games in a long time. There were multiple generations of consoles that had come out that had just passed me by because I just wasn't, wasn't that into it. And then Danny and a mutual friend of ours wanted me to play Minecraft on this server that they were playing on, and I thought, I'm never going to enjoy this. This isn't something that I don't play games anymore. I haven't for a long time. This is not something that's going to be good. And then I was hooked.
Next thing you know, it's one more block.
Yep. Yep.
So
I gotta call in sick to work tomorrow because I have to stay up and finish this.
I've never done that before. So in games, what is the most memorable game event that happened? Like what is something in game that's just really resonated with you, or something that you'll look back on and always want to bring up in the story to somebody or just look back on?
Oh, geez. So many with BRG. I mean...
We make lots of memories together. Not
Yeah,
always good,
yeah.
but we do make lots of
Yeah.
memories together.
I mean, I joined during Month of Gaming, so that was jumping into this group, never having spoken to anyone online before, not being part of any online community, and then suddenly jumping into a TeamSpeak with 15 people and who all knew each other already. And here I was like, hey guys,
I was pretty sure we were going to scare you off.
Fort Chester invited me to come play Minecraft with you. So, I mean, that for one. But yeah, like the first time that we played Rocket League stands out to me because it was such a good mesh of people. You were there.
I was.
And Watwick and Dano and Beaver was there. Well behaved for once.
That,
Yeah,
really?
I mean,
I honestly remember that.
relatively. I mean, relatively, compared to some
Fair
other
enough.
But yeah, I mean, I think every time we try something new together as BRG, it ends up being memorable.
It usually is. I'm not saying any marker on good, memorable, or otherwise, but yes, it's always memorable. Now we have a good time, and I do enjoy, love that kind of stuff. What game right now is your current vice?
Oh, geez. Well, I've actually not been very active since Beaver's been here, but I have played through Terra at least 3 times this past year,
Whew.
from creation to end game. I know it's old. It's a relatively old MMO, but I think it holds up very well. I played it years and years ago and then dropped it for a number of years, and I came back to it this past year and have just played the crap out of it. As many classes as I can play. Yeah, I've been forcefully pulling myself away from it just so that I can keep up with, like having a guest and cooking dinner and doing things that normal people do. Whereas I would be happy to sit in here, play Terra, and eat crackers all the time.
I'm kind of in the same boat right now with EverQuest 2 for some strange reason, but such is the way of life. So when it comes to games, what would you play in a heartbeat if there's a sequel?
Oh, Valley.
Valley
Valley
really?
Valley was such a fantastic game for me in 2016, and I'm just waiting for them to come out with something else.
They still have content coming out for it, don't they? Isn't there still content coming out for it?
No, Valley was just a single player, like maybe a 14-hour campaign.
Okay. Interesting.
It's from the people who made Slender Man, The Arrival, of all things.
Ooh.
And it's not anything like that game. It's not a horror game. It's a full-fledged, kind of thing of its own. Really surprised that it came from the same people. But yeah, it's so fantastic.
So as soon as you hear anything from them about a sequel, you're down.
Anything that has similar mechanics, I'll play. Just give me something that's not Slender Man.
So on the polar opposite of this, what is a game that you would unplay if you possibly could? We're talking like you wake up, it's next to you in bed, and you want to chew your arm off just to make sure that it doesn't come with you.
I hated Black Wake. Danny and Ruark will probably wholeheartedly disagree with me, but it's like a pirate simulator game. You're on teams, and there's a captain and some people doing. I hated it so much. It was the worst time that I've ever had.
It was horrible.
I just absolutely hated it.
Fair enough. Let's go ahead and shift gears here a little bit, because you did have an active YouTube channel for quite a while. It's actually how I found you originally, was through your guys' YouTube channel. So a little bit about that, because you actually kind of exploded onto the scene for a little while there. And I just for the record, I still maintain NQN Dad was one of the best episodes I ever saw. I will always bring that up because I was absolutely like shitting myself laughing through the entire thing.
Yeah.
So, what got you started doing YouTube? What you say you sit down and wanted to do it, but why?
Right. We basically just wanted to do it for fun. There was no other motivation. We had started playing Minecraft with a friend, and then in order to learn how to do some things, or build a certain kind of thing, we started watching kind of the tutorial videos and just people playing. And we were like, hey, that'd be kind of cool if we did that. And so we did. And it was nothing more than that. It was just starting with nothing, with a crap microphone and me playing on a laptop and, just awful
That.
stuff.
I
Yeah.
remember this now.
Yes.
Now, how long ago was that? When did you start?
Oh, I think 2013. Yeah, 4 years ago.
It seems so long ago now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they say time's fun when you're having flies. So why the brother sister duo?
Well, Danny and I live together. We roommate basically. We lived apart for many years when he was still young, and so when we kind of moved back into the same area, and both of us were looking for a place to live, it was kind of like, well, I guess we can just room, right? Or we both want to go somewhere. Neither one of us want to commit to stay in this area, even though we have for quite a while. But so let's just do it the easy way. Let's just, get a house on a piece of land that's paid for. Thanks, Mommy and Daddy. And room for a year or so.
Yeah, just to figure out what you're going to do.
Yeah, it's turned into a bit longer than that. But yeah, I mean, that's why we were already here together.
So you figure you're playing together, you might as well start a channel together for shits and giggles.
Right, exactly.
Shits and giggles is a good reason, in my opinion.
I do a lot of things for that reason.
So, when it comes to your channel, what do you feel that you did right with your channel?
We always made it about having fun.
Fun first. If it comes through on the video, then golden, which it really did. And actually,
fun first, everything else later.
And there actually was like nothing in the way of like horrid cursing and swearing through the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Like,
until we met BRG.
I was gonna say, my kids would actually sit down and watch your guys' episodes back then. I don't. Think
we were very family friendly, and then we joined BRG, and everything kind of went to shit.
For the record, guys, you're gonna hear a trend here when it comes to the whole BRG thing. Just so you know, what have you done wrong with your channel?
Oh gosh, I'm sure a ton of things. I mean, in the context of someone who's looking at YouTube as something where you could be quote unquote successful or, go somewhere with it, we posted videos that were just crap quality, where the sound was messed up, where the video was messed up, where really when you go back and watch it, there's not a lot that's entertaining for an outsider to watch. We just threw it up there because we had fun with it. I'm sure there were plenty of instances of people stumbling across our channel and saying, what is this crap? I can't be bothered to watch this.
So the flinging the feces against the wall and seeing what sticks philosophy isn't probably the best avenue for a budding individual. Is there any one like tip you'd give somebody who's starting out and really wants to get into doing it? Is there anything you would tell them?
So, I mean, other than saying, don't do it for any other reason other than the fact that you enjoy it. I know that's kind of the standard advice, but if I were actually going to give some technical advice, I would say focus on your sound first before anything else. Because
exactly what Kirok said.
Yes, bad video can be forgiven if the sound is good, but if the sound is shit, it's just so... It's like fingernails on a chalkboard. People can't watch that.
Take notes, kids. You heard it twice now. Even for amateurs, we know better.
Yeah.
All right. I actually want to take a little time to talk about BRG since you are a key player now in the group. You run the show. So when it comes to BRG, I'm trying to remember now when it was you joined BRG. It was during the MOG, but I'll be honest with you, MOG's kind of been blocked out of my head.
Yeah. It was the fall of 2014.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. We'd been on YouTube for about a year when you found us.
Okay. So what sparked you to get involved as being not just a member, but to actually get involved as staff?
I had tried it once before. Before I was running things, there was a position, it was like almost like a marketing type position that I had said, well, maybe I'll try that out. And then I figured out very quickly that's not for me. I'm not the warped jester. I'm not the person, to reach out to people and try to pull them in. I'm more of a, okay, let's just get this shit over here organized. Do y'all get some people to come in? But there was a point when you and Turgo were basically the only people. We talked about this at the end of the year in one of the podcasts at the end of the year. And you guys were both just so overrun that and you had stepped down
Hair's
and
falling
it was
out.
yeah, and it was kind of like it was a moment of limbo for the group. And I thought, okay, I didn't want to do the outreach thing. I know that, but this just kind of picking up the pieces and holding them together, applying the super glue, that I can do. That's kind of more in my purview of real world experience to do. So
fair enough.
And I knew that I didn't want to see BRG fade. So
And nobody did. It's just nobody really wanted to.
But it was kind of nobody wanted to really take that step, either because they didn't feel like they could really commit to it, or they didn't know if they could do it, or they didn't just want to like throw the spaghetti at the wall and see if they could get one noodle to stick. And so I just said, okay, I'll do it.
You painted a lot better light than I did. My thought was, people kept looking at it going, it's like when you drop your phone in the toilet, you just took a dump. It's like, I really like that phone, but ooh,
I just can't handle the
not
amount
sure
of shit
I want
that's
to
involved.
Fair enough. So in kind of the same vein as the YouTube aspect, I have to ask, first of all, what you've done right with BRG?
I think more than anything, what I have done and try to continue to do is constantly reach out to the members for feedback on what they want. Because at the end of the day, I know that we joke about me running BRG, but BRG isn't mine. It doesn't belong to me. I don't want to be the sole driving force behind where it goes. I really want the members to decide. And they have. They've been able to shift the focus multiple times, whereas when I took over, most of us were content creators, and there was a big focus on content. And then as people started to focus on other things, they said, okay, we don't want to focus on content that much. Let's just focus on these other things. Mm-hmm. And so I rely on them to run the group, actually. And then I just say some words that people appear to look at or listen to, because we've said that I run the group. But really, it's everybody else that's running it.
A well-oiled machine makes you look good. I mean, that's what it boils down to, really.
Yeah.
So, of course, the inevitable anti question here is, what have you done wrong with BRG?
Oh gosh. There has been at least one time. If there might be another time that I don't know about, but there's been at least one time when I've made a decision that seemed solid, that shut people out. Mm-hmm. That I didn't realize that was going to be the consequence of it, but that's what it ended up being. And then it was kind of like, well, my gosh, I suppose I've made a mistake, but I didn't know it was going to be a mistake when I did it. And then even the consequence of that decision, I think I took it so personally, and just, I just needed to be lighter in that moment. I was very, very serious throughout that time period. Mm-hmm. And it things could have been avoided.
Fair enough. Yeah,
I think we're all good now. I think we're all fine now. But there was a time when the decision was a little shaky.
there are times, especially in communities, because running a community isn't like running a system. A system, you flip the wrong switch and it crashes and shit happens. But in a community, because it's all a bunch of people you're working with, there are unforeseen consequences. There are genuinely decisions you'll make that you didn't realize were going to be that impactful in a negative nature.
Right.
Whatever the case may be. So I feel you on that one. So the other question I ask for you is, give me some dirt here. What's the future of BRG? What do you have planned for BRG?
Oh boy. Right now, what we've really tried to focus on, not throughout the holidays, of course. We all disappear and become groundhogs during the holidays. But
yes, we do.
What the team has really been focused on is, okay, streamline the website, first of all. Fuck Oxwall. Just fuck it.
It did service in its time, but we definitely have outgrown it.
It served its purpose, but we've outgrown it, so let's technically, with our technical staff that we have, let's update the website. Let's make Discord work for us in a different kind of way so that we can, we're already public on Discord, but let's really maximize the tools that Discord has so that we can make that our home base rather than the website. And then go forward with, once the big BRG Texas meetup is over, go forward with group events. Just really, a big focus on our Twitch team who they just, like, week after week, they show up to stream on BRG's channel.
Yep.
It's phenomenal to me. When it started, I thought that's not going to last. And here we are months and months later, and they're still just showing up happy every week to do that. So yeah, give a little attention to the Twitch team, and then continue to really push these group events that kind of hold us together, because that's what we do. We play games together.
Right. That is one of our core focuses for certain. Well, that's something to look forward to. Yeah, the website's definitely aged. So
yes.
I look forward to that being renewed in some new way. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here, guys, and then we're going to come back. We're going to dive into the real life of Linz. We'll be right back.
Gotta go. Bye.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and dive into the second half of the show, which is going to be getting to know Linz on a more personal level. Just try to pry more of the real life Linz out of her if we possibly can. To start us off, though, just to try to lighten the mood and loosen her up a little bit, we're going to go ahead and do another rapid fire round of non-personal personal questions here, and see how well she does. So I'm going to go ahead and put 30 seconds up on the board here, and I'm going to ask you 10 questions. You got 30 seconds to ask them. As soon as I'm done asking the first question, I'll start the clock. And again, just as many as you can in 30 seconds. 3 seconds per question. You should be good. So just be ready for it.
Okay.
All right, you ready? All right, here we go. Key on a keyboard you hate.
What?
Key on a keyboard you hate.
Oh, caps lock.
Favorite pig out food.
Nachos.
Do you like to surf the internet?
No.
Are you a good driver?
Yes.
What side of the bed do you sleep on?
Right, if you're facing it.
Current desktop picture.
Tree of Gondor.
What sound or noise you love? Oh, I'm sorry, time is up. Oh, so close.
Not that sound.
Fair enough. But you did get 6 questions done.
Oh, okay.
So you've definitely set a new high bar here for compared to Kirok, which you technically did 2 questions in the time limit, but I gave him a pity point because he couldn't answer the simple question of last time he lied, and it's Kirok, so I had to kind of give it to him.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's probably been I don't know if he ever has.
Fair enough. But you've doubled his score, but six questions up on the board here. That makes you in first place. So congratulations.
Woohoo!
You get a gold star. Very proud of you. We're going to go ahead and switch gears and talk a little about the personal life aspects. We'll be right back. Okay, guys. So let's go ahead and crack open the head here. We're going to dive straight on into her and find out what we can find. Hopefully not scare ourselves in the process. So, Linz, my dears, we already know. Well, we want to know a little bit about you in terms of what your real name is. You've already let that out of the bag, so to speak. We kind of know where you're at. So let's just go ahead and dive into the things about you personally. So, the first thing is, it is kind of a cliche question, but I do really like it, which is what turns you on, creatively, spiritually, emotionally?
It can be any number of things. Like, a lot of times it's music. But sometimes it's weird stuff. Like, now look, you started this when you said dive into her. So Right. Okay.
So,
Weird stuff, meaning, like, I'll have a really good day with my dog, and then I'll think I'll be energized, and I'll have the warm fuzzies basically, and then that will lead to some kind of other inspiration. I don't know.
very good. No, I totally understand. Just you just kind of framed yourself very badly there for a moment, but I get it. We're good.
I'm into the weird stuff.
With your dog. Sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. What is the most important day of your life?
Tomorrow.
Always look forward.
Or today, alternately. I mean, basically, any day is what I'm saying. As cliche as it is, I can't look backward and pinpoint one day that was the most important, because that's just depressing. It has to be, each day. And if nothing important happens tomorrow, then it will the next day, or it will the next day. But it's always about the future, not
that's a great outlook to have. I like it. I actually have appreciation there. What is your most annoying habit?
Oh God, so many.
You always say you are your own worst critic.
I correct people's grammar a lot.
Yes, you
may
do.
Have noticed.
Yes, you do.
Spelling errors and things.
I tell you, talking to you in Discord, which is an application that doesn't autocorrect or highlight you fucked up here, and me being a person who doesn't give a shit, I hear it all the time.
Yeah, I do that.
I also right here.
I didn't know this about myself until Beaver got here, but apparently I say ow when things don't hurt. So, if he hits me or pokes me or something like that, I say ow for no good reason at all. That's apparently annoying.
Apparently.
Yeah. It also depends on, whether or not I'm smoking at the time, as I have several times in the past. I would say that when I do, most people consider that to be a pretty annoying habit. Most people who don't smoke, yeah.
Definitely a polarized aspect. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what is something that you're OCD about? Obviously not the company you keep.
No, but your versus your, that's a pretty big one.
This goes right with the grammar Nazi kind of thing.
Yeah. Also, I mean, I would say I'm not really a clean freak as much as a neat freak. I mean, I do like things to be clean, but I get really freaking irritating with Danny when he leaves stuff out. Just things laying around, and I'll come in and say, okay, look, this belongs somewhere else. That belongs in your office. That belongs in your room. Why is all this stuff out here? Those kind of things.
So basically, you're a mom. I'm sorry, but it. You just described mom.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you really bad at?
Math. It's no other explanation. It's just math. I mean, even the simple stuff, I just suck at it.
I now need to buy you that shirt that says 2 + 2 = 5.
Yeah, basically.
Fair enough. What do you do when you're not gaming?
Oh, gee. I do yoga.
Okay.
Yeah. I hang out with the dogs or the cat or all of them at the same time. Spend time with friends. I work a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have friends you spend time with.
Only a couple. I mean,
aren't technically, we're not talking about BRG people here. We're actually talking about other people.
real live people who have agreed to put up with me for some reason that I still haven't figured out. Yeah.
I feel cheated on. All right, fine. How have you changed? Like, what, can you pinpoint something that's kind of like how you've evolved over time, whether it's from infancy to now or recent times? What's something that's kind of stands to you as something you've really transitioned?
I did make a concerted effort to ease the fuck up this past year. I'm normally a very high-strung person, and I think I let that wire get so tight that I was driving myself crazy. Like, I think, not a turn of phrase, like literally driving myself crazy with just how high-strung and serious I was getting. So yeah, I have over just about the past 12 months exactly made this really big push, this effort to relax,
Yoga
do
helps
things for
with that.
just me. Yes.
So that's a good thing. That begs the question. What gets on your nerve? Like, what's something that just
Oh, in ridiculously loud televisions. People who play the bass in their vehicles so loud that their trunk rattles. Motherfucker.
that pisses me off to no end.
Insulate your trunk if you're going to play the
Thank you.
please. Just,
Thank you. I put bass in my car, and I sat there for an hour from stem to stern, fixing every little rattle down to the license plate.
Yes.
It can be
Yeah.
done. Jesus Christ, people.
Do it right. Just do it right. People who whine too much, who incessantly whine. I have a really long list. You might want to move on to the next question.
Fair enough. What's a side of you the public never sees?
I have two extreme sides that I would say the public, I mean, meaning most people in BRG, anyone who's watching this, would not see. It's the really, really empathetic, sensitive side. The part where I actually have genuine human being emotions.
Yeah,
I
we
know
don't
it's
see that.
crazy. Nope, nobody really sees that side. But then on the opposite end of the spectrum, it's the part that can be a total just fucking hard ass about certain things.
I'm not going to bitch then.
Yeah.
I will take the mid ground on this and be happy for it.
Yes, be happy with the middle because it's either too much empathy or a complete lack of on the other sides.
How hard do you push yourself?
Oh God. With BRG, not so hard anymore. I've kind of eased up. At work, in my real everyday job, I don't think that I'll ever stop pushing for excellence there.
Okay. That's you got your priorities in the right place in that case. Honestly, I think that's one of the biggest reasons why I ended up having to bow out of leadership in BRG, because I was way too high strung and pushing way too hard. So I feel you, and props to you in that regard. What is the biggest risk you've ever taken?
Oh gosh, moving here really, which I won't say exactly where here is. Everybody knows that I live in Texas. That's not a secret. But I'm from Houston, and I was very, very comfortable.
Email me for the address, people. Small donations will get you everything you need.
Yeah. Fuck you. I was very comfortable in Houston, and moving to where I am now was a huge thing.
We seem to have a lot of similarities here in our lives. I find that kind of humorous. Either everybody goes through this, I just didn't realize it, or we just happen to have a timeline of sorts in terms of what we've experienced. What's one unknown thing about you that people would find fascinating?
There's nothing fascinating about me. Come on.
Oh, come on now. There's got to be
There is
something.
absolutely. I mean, anything that people would find even remotely interesting, I think they already know. I watch a lot of porn.
You play the piano. You what? Anything?
I don't have any hidden talents.
You do
I
yoga.
write.
I found that fascinating.
Yeah, I do yoga. I read a ton.
I'll be my
I
punk,
write.
by the way.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knows that I write. Yeah, that'll be the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
You write?
Never. Yes, I've never shared anything that I've written. One day.
Poetry,
Maybe.
stories, what?
Yeah, kind of like books, novels type
Interesting.
things. Yeah.
You
I
mean-
write them.
You and me should get together because I could use your talents on on my little pet project of creating a new game.
It's really funny. I mean, most people would sit down at a PC and write a book, but I actually buy loads and loads of journals and will fill up 7 or 8 of them with handwriting, with
Wow.
a story. Yeah, that I've fleshed out, and then I'll go back, read through them, decide it's not good, and burn them. It literally in a burn pile.
Yeah, having a delete button works a lot easier in my opinion. So, where do you think you'll be after 25 years?
25. Jesus. Okay. Hopefully, working my way into retirement.
Or a grave?
Yeah. I'm 35, so I'll be 60 in 25 years. So, hopefully pretty close to retirement.
That's a good thing to work for.
Yeah.
In this day and age, we'll see what happens. I just be worked out of a job with all the computers. They're taking our jobs. All right, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I do want to do one last speed round with you, so let's go ahead and step for that, and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and get things wrapping up here, but I would be remiss if I didn't have one more opportunity to ask Linz stupidly random questions and force her through the process of answering them. So, we're going to go ahead and put the timer back on the board here. And again, this one is going to be just like the first one here. We're going to do 10 questions, which I'll go through as quickly as you possibly can. And then we will see where you sit in relation to Kirok. Now, just for the record, Kirok did this in 1:37:01.
Oh boy.
Timer will start after I complete the first question. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. If I gave you an elephant, where would you hide it?
in behind the house.
Behind the house, okay. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
You didn't do that bad.
If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be?
Willow.
How fast do hotcakes sell?
Super fucking fast.
How do you feel about the colorization of black and white movies?
No.
Your useless superpower?
Invisibility.
That's not useless. I'll let it pass. Can crop circles be square?
No.
What was the best thing before sliced bread?
Just bread.
Just bread?
Carbs, man.
If someone wrote a biography about you, what do you think the title should be?
She fucked it.
Why am I asking you these questions?
You're kind of insane.
Time! So Kirok did this in 1 minute and 37 seconds. And a little bit of change. You did it in 1 minute, 7 seconds.
Woohoo!
Full 30 faster than Kirok.
Suck it, Kirok.
Oh, I love it.
I'm kidding. I love you.
Oh, does Beaver know this?
Oh, Beaver doesn't need to know.
Fair enough. All right, we're going to go ahead and slide right into the wrap-up here, guys, so we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up here. Again, I do appreciate your time once again for joining us to get to know Linz a bit and to enjoy what is the humor of this new show. We are always looking for feedback, so please, please, please feel free to give us your thoughts and impressions. There will be format changes. We'll be changing things around constantly, trying to get everything kind of mesh and work right and just get a better feel for it. So I welcome that feedback. And, of course, a big thank you to Linz for joining me tonight. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much, sweetie.
No problem.
Oh,
You
it's
can
fine.
pay me later.
Wait a minute. No. You're supposed to pay me for shaking my booty.
Oh.
No? Nothing? Okay. Anyways, where can people find you?
Oh, in the BRG Discord, daily.
Always.
Twitter, I'm not very active, but you know, if you say something to me, I might respond.
Might. Fair enough. So you do have the Twitter account. There is the archive of Not Quite Nerds videos on YouTube. Or you can just look up Not Quite Nerds. You'll pretty much find a lot of their stuff kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
NotQuiteNerds.net redirects to the YouTube channel, so pretty easy to remember.
That's the easy way to go. And as Linz said, you should go to Ball Rocket. Now, our website is currently under construction. Apparently, it's not Viesti's fault exactly, but I'm still going to blame her. But hey, as Linz said, we do have a Discord channel. We do certainly encourage people to come by and say hi. We do love getting a chance to heckle new people. I mean, meet new people. And love to have you join us for not only heckling but also playing games, having fun. We do a lot of Rocket League's a very popular thing. We're still doing the GTA thing.
We still do GTA occasionally. We do Dead by Daylight. Some of us will probably eventually pick up Friday the 13th. I don't know.
Okay.
You got Dead by Daylight, so everything after that is kind of just a reimagining of that format.
Apparently golf is a big thing now.
Oh my gosh, golf with your friends, golf with your acquaintances, golf with your enemies.
Now, those are just game nights, guys. I don't currently have anything recorded for that. However, we do have a lot of stuff that's coming out on the YouTube channel. And, of course, since you're already here, we certainly do appreciate if you happen to leave us a like or leave us a sub or leave us a comment or leave us a big fat goose egg. I really don't care, to be honest with you. But we do appreciate if you do leave something other than that last one. So thank you for that. And also, guys, if you appreciate the content we're doing, as Linz mentioned earlier, we do have a Twitch channel. And we do love having a lot of content up on there. We have tons of people that participate and contribute to that channel directly, as well as we do host a lot of other people that are in the community with this channel. So if you go over there, oftentimes you'll find something going on that's fun to watch. So make sure you check that out and follow it, and you'll know what's coming up. And of course, last but not least, we do have a Patreon channel. So if you do want to pitch a few dollars our way, we appreciate it. All that money does go directly back into paying Linz with dollar bills. No, sorry, that's something else. No, we actually do like to put money back into the community by helping people out, either buy games who people who can't afford and want to play with us, or to do community things. So if you put some money in there, you'll see it go right back out into the community, and that really helps us out, and we really do appreciate it. So thank you very much, and Linz, thank you very much, because again, it's a treat to get a chance to sit down and talk to us, because we kind of we quip at each other a lot. We only get a chance to really hang out and do a lot of stuff. So
yeah,
it's a sad thing, but it's life. We're busy. I understand.
Yeah, time zones and jobs and such. But
jobs. Yeah, that jobs are bad. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Have yourself a wonderful night, and we'll catch you next month, and that's gonna be with Nacho Panda.
Oh.
Yeah, looking forward to that. All right, guys. Good night.
Shut up and sit down.